Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Grab a cold one, crank up the volume, and join the show. Welcome to NBNR Live. And here we go.
It's no block, no rock.
Go Big Red indeed. No block, no rock. Coming at you again from the Sinovation studio on a Sunday. A little different.
A little different, but not really. We've done a lot of things on Sundays. Usually it's counseling, but
It's still kind of early, so we don't have our usual libations with us. But we still got to shout them out. Heavy Brewing out of Gretna, Nebraska. Their seltzer that we had last week.
Yeah, how was that?
that was so good.
Listen,
You guys were talking it
Yeah.
up pretty heavy.
That was so good.
That is not a pun, by the way.
I think even though I'm not drinking it right now, it is a Sunday morning. I got my coffee. If I were drinking it though, I would glaze it as much as Tom Izzo glazed our fan base after the game. That dude was complimenting us up and down.
Well, that's because
Like he gets a lot of hate from us as a fan base, but
he caught all that flack because he's like, there ain't no, what else is there to do in Lincoln? Or what else is there to do in Nebraska? And oh yeah, everybody loves that comment.
Well, people get so butthurt about that. There
I know.
isn't anything like it's the
not
only
wrong.
show in town. So like
He's not wrong.
that's why we're a passionate fan base. He's not wrong, and people got all offended. Like I saw Robbie go off on social media, Mr. Creighton guy going off about Nebrasketball stuff because his team sucks, and I don't get it. Like, why are people upset about that? There isn't anything to do in Nebraska besides go support our teams.
I also think it's sports.
Yes.
Talking shit is a part of the game.
Yes.
Like
100%.
get used to it. You can be upset, but move on. We talk shit about everybody.
Yeah.
We say fuck Creighton like every episode.
Yeah.
Like-
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
well,
Whatever.
it's a few things because so Tom Izzo gets in trouble for saying that, but his main point was literally talking about how great
How
of a
good,
place.
yeah, how good it is.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, we do say it all the time that there's not a lot to do here, but it's different when we say it. We can say it. We're allowed to say it.
Yeah.
When outsiders say it, you're not in the club. You
It's
don't talk about us. Shut up about us.
It's like bullying your sibling, right? It's okay for the older sibling to bully their younger, but God forbid someone
Yeah.
else step in. This is my territory.
Stay out of my
You don't
territory.
know, Tom.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
You got to introduce our special guest.
Of course. I know. I just wanted to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Heavy Brewing, thank you for sponsoring us. I don't think we're going to be doing an episode tomorrow. That's why we're doing it today.
Yes. So we can enjoy the Nebrasketball game at 5:30 against Ohio State, and hopefully the win streak continues. We'll see.
We'll don't get too out ahead of your skis there.
Yeah.
But Tony Traynor of the Traynor Band, he is the
Hello.
front man and the founder.
Okay.
Of the Traynor Band.
I'm sure he didn't.
Let's just get that out. We gotta just for some people in the room, they might not have realized Tony Traynor is the front man and the founder of the Traynor Band.
Someone in the room that has worked with the Traynor Band this week was like, hey, Tony Traynor with the Traynor Band, I believe he's like the founder of the Traynor Band. Because listen, in my defense, like you had like other guys that were in the band, so I was like, is this a consensus? Like, did they all make the band together, or did
Right.
Tony start it and then add people? I didn't know. So
The
maybe that's
founder.
something you can, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, I like people always like all my other band members all the time are like, hey, should we do this or do you want to do that? I'm like, it's your guys' band too. Like, it's just my name, and I sing and write the songs and book all the shows and pay everything and all that stuff. But you guys are in the band too.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, does that sound familiar?
I know the life, buddy.
Yeah.
I tip my cap to you.
But here's the thing, though. If one of the Heartbreakers goes up to Tom Petty and is like, hey, maybe we should do this. Tom Petty's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you're the Tom Petty of the Traynor
Yeah,
Band.
you could say that. I'm
Right?
Tony Petty.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
No, it's, I mean, yeah, I started the band. When I started it, I kind of have a whole new band other than my bass player. And so it's, I mean, the last year, actually our show at the waiting room last year was that first show with that whole band.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
So,
and you rocked out sicker than shit.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah.
You grinded it out though.
Yeah,
man. That was cool.
It that sucked. I don't remember half the night because I was on a lot of medicine.
Yeah.
It was weird. I had like tested positive for influenza and then I was doing everything I could, and then I went and got like an IV the day before the show and all that stuff, and that helped. And then I still just felt like crap that whole day, that night. And then I was like, my stomach hurts, and so I went and got a vodka Red Bull, and I was like, wow, I feel way better. So I had 4 more. You're not gonna not.
Yeah.
And then made it through the show. Yeah, it was. But thank you guys for coming out. That was awesome.
Yeah,
of course.
Appreciate
So
it.
Jordan had his flu game. Was this your flu show?
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000%. I know I'm not even kidding you. I was like, if Michael Jordan can play through the flu in the playoffs, I think I can play an hour-and-a-half show for everybody. Because when I called the venue and was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play, the guy goes, well, that's pretty disappointing. I was like, oh god.
Oh,
yeah. All right.
Damn.
I should probably just sack up and do this.
I'm not gonna be able to do the show. Okay, pussy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he was. He's like, well, that's pretty disappointing. I'm like, all right.
Well, they can't find a replacement for Tony Traynor of the Traynor band.
Yeah, I know.
It can't just be the Heartbreakers.
Well, this summer we were supposed to play a show down in Lincoln at the Bourbon Theater, and I ended up getting shingles on my face.
Jesus.
On your face.
On my face. And if you've ever had shingles,
Never had
It doesn't look pretty.
it's the worst thing I've ever endured. It's awful. And so I had to cancel 2 shows this summer, like back to back, and which really, really sucked. And I hated doing that. And but I literally couldn't even open my mouth to like talk or eat. I didn't eat for like 3 days because it was in my mouth. And
Oh my
yeah,
god.
it was horrible. So I did have to cancel that. And
I was gonna say
Yeah,
you
that
could have
checks
just
out.
pulled like a mass singer and like
yeah, well, when we were opening that show,
Slipknot.
yeah, we were a couple of the people were like, do we still want to play the show? I'm like, I mean, you can, but I mean, it's not gonna, be the same.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, without
I
Sure,
paid
go
money
ahead.
for this shingle face guy.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
sing.
So without you, would it just be called the band? You just take
Yeah.
Traynor out of the
Yep.
name?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the what would it be like? The not Traynor band.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I've been able to work with you a couple times and
Yeah.
getting to hang out. And I don't know the previous setup with the band, but the new band, new band members, it's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were just so I played a show last night at Bucks. I opened for a buddy of mine, Tyler Anthony,
Oh yeah.
and it was a packed, sold out show. And my guitar player came with me, Luke, and he played guitar with me. And we were just sitting there talking, and we were like, dude, we literally have never been in a fight. It's no drama. We get along so well. And Luke was telling me he was in another band before called Buckaroos, and he was like, it was the same thing. There was just like a brotherhood type thing. And he was saying, it's so fun, like going to play a show. You have no drama. There's nothing you have to worry about. You just show up. We practice. We drink beer. We have fun on stage, and so we got a really, really good dynamic.
Yeah.
we got going
Yeah,
on.
and the shows are a lot of fun. Like for me, going to so like a band that I really like is the Red Clay Strays, but they don't like put on a show necessarily. The music's really good, so everybody really enjoys it. I enjoy it, but they don't really put on like a show. Your guys' music is really good, and you put on like a show, and it's just, I mean, it's always good to see. So
Well, thanks.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we strive for. I mean, try to pick songs that people enjoy themselves to, and that we can have fun on stage. Because you can be George Strait and just stand in one place for 3 hours and play all your songs, but that's not really fun for the audience. And for me, going to concerts, like growing up, I wanted to go see a show. I wanted to have fun at the concert, and sing along. And so that's kind of what
It's tough to do that at Bucks though. not
Yeah.
a lot of
Not a ton of room.
Not
No,
a ton of room to move around.
it is, especially when it gets packed. And like Tyler sold it out last night. And so, I mean, there's about 140 people in a 130 person room.
Yeah.
And it's, it gets tight, but you guys have been there, and
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
a blast.
I love Bucks.
it's awesome.
My
Yeah.
father-in-law is a regular there,
Yeah.
so he was probably there last time.
Probably.
my guess. But
He was
Yeah.
moshing. Was he moshing to the Traynor band?
no, he's probably sitting where he always sits and just watches and
Oh,
listens
okay.
to music and drinks a lot of alcohol and
So
do they serve beer at Bucks? I'm just
I was
kidding.
like,
Come on,
I
Mike.
was-
Do they serve beer there? Because
Yeah.
I don't know if they will after last night. This is a rough night.
What were you
yeah,
gonna say?
I was just gonna say. So to kind of like wrap up the introduction, you've got a show at the
Yes,
waiting room on
yes,
the 31st of this month, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, 31st, January 31st at the waiting room in Benson. We got my buddy Jeremy Hand's going to open for us. My buddy from college, and then we got Noah James, and then Trent Brown. So it's gonna be it's gonna be fun. We got 3 openers. We're going on about 9, and we're gonna play and rock the house, and hopefully I won't be sick. But we also have just announced it a couple days ago. We got asked to play in a battle of the bands at Bushwhackers a week from today, January 11th. So we were one of 5 bands chosen. If we win that round, we go to Kansas City to play at Guitars and Cadillacs. And if we win that, then we can have an opportunity to play on the main stage at Country Stampede this summer.
Damn.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's
So-
awesome.
So yeah, so if come on out next Sunday at Bushwhackers, 5:00, and come cheer us on.
That'd be sweet.
This wouldn't be
Yeah.
the first competition that your band's been in and won. Like you guys
Yeah.
have won
Yeah,
various competitions, I believe, right?
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, technically, the Battle of the Bands thing for Jack Daniels and
Mm.
iHeartMedia, we won our region and then got voted into the next round, which is like what we got top 25 bar
pretty-
bands in the country.
Pretty damn cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I forgot I entered into the contest and I got a random email one day.
Hey, your band's good. Oh, yeah. I mean,
Thank you.
It was like I literally emailed him back and said, "Is this real?" And she texted me or emailed me back and said, "Yep. Where do I send the check?" And I was like, "All right, well,
Is this a
send it to here?"
Is this a Somalian scam?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy.
Funny, we
Yeah.
changed the
Oh,
band
boy.
name to Cash, so just make it out to Cash.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go check them out. The 31st at the waiting room.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's start off with Nebraska ball. 58-56 over Michigan State. Another gritty ass win at home.
So much fun.
Storming the court. Like, I know Mike, season ticket guy. You're kind of, see, here's the thing about Mike. It's really convenient for him that he starts liking Nebraska ball after they're in the top 10.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
He just jumps on the bandwagon all of a sudden.
All of a sudden. I know.
Just kidding. Mike has season tickets. He's had them for a
Yes.
long time.
This is finally my ROI. I'm finally getting
That's
the return
right.
of my investment. I've watched a lot of bad basketball in that arena. But, we got to storm the court 2 times a couple years ago. Jared did it with me once. And, I could have stormed the other day. But I was like, I've been there and done it. I'm just going to watch the people down there have a good-ass time.
There you go.
And I just watched from my seat. And it was fine. And I got to my car way faster.
Yeah.
Do we get the court storming thing out of the way?
I think it's done.
People are trying to kill the joy. They're trying to kill the joy.
Connor was.
And
Well,
not
hold
a
on.
lot of people. I feel like it's a vast minority of people that feel that way. That it was a 13-9. You shouldn't storm the court.
Oh my God.
And of course, Jamarques and Rienk, they say, "Hey guys, let's not storm the court anymore," which is fine, whatever. But don't kill the joy, Connor.
My argument is not you can't storm the court. My argument was exactly what Rank said: is you're at home. It's a 13-9. That's a game I expect you to win.
And they were favored too.
Yeah,
But
that's a game I expect to win. I shouldn't I shouldn't have to rush a court for that. This Nebraska team is so good. We should have that expectation that we're going to go in and win that game. You don't storm a
Sure.
court on a game you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
That was my argument.
Yeah. I think after the comments by the players and after you've kind of gotten it out of the way, you're not going to see that again
No.
unless it's
No.
something
Well,
magical,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
I just think like my point when we started talking about that in the group chat
Yeah.
was like, dude, this has never happened before.
We've
The
never done
fans,
it.
Yeah.
the fans have never seen this before. There was no sit Saturday, but that wasn't even remotely the same
No.
situation. This is different. Like this was 2 top 15 teams. Nebraska's undefeated. Like it's against Tom Izzo. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
You're about to be in the top 10.
Yeah,
You've never done that before.
ever.
Have fun. Storm that motherfucker.
I think the storming maybe, and this may sound weird, I don't think it was about beating Michigan State.
No.
It was about Nebraska.
It's
Because
about everything else.
That's what these fans haven't seen.
Yeah.
Is Nebraska ever be like this?
Right.
We've seen, top 10 teams go down in PBA several times now.
Yeah.
We've seen that. We took down number 1 Purdue 2 years ago.
Yep. And Wisconsin.
Yeah.
top
And number 5
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We've done that. I think, it was less about the win. It's more about Nebraska. I just, again, was like, it feels weird to be doing that on a game we feel like we're supposed to win.
There was so much hype for that game, though. That
100%.
it was like I didn't get to watch half the second half because my daughter wanted me to lay in bed with her. I'm like, babe,
I don't want to be a
I
dad.
was like, but yeah, I mean, it was a gritty, great. It'd be different if like I think they won by 12 or 15, but it like came kind of down to the wire.
Yeah.
There was so much hype, you know. It was just cool to see, you know. But.
Yeah, when the university and like everybody's hyping it up to a point, and then everybody, and with everything that we've already mentioned, it all just kind of mixes together and it creates that, we got to storm. And then you storm and everybody's like, why are we storming? It's like, dude, you guys built this up to a level that you knew that was going to happen.
I think, Kyle, you might have said these exact words. I don't remember. But was this, even though we've beat, a number 1 Purdue in there, number 5 Wisconsin, was this the most important game in Nebraska ball history?
I guess we'll find out. I don't think you can answer that yet. Now, I do think that was the biggest game in Nebraska ball history to this point in time because it was our first top 15 matchup. Like we're both ranked, and this will be the first time we're going to the top 10.
Yeah, I'm not saying ever. I'm saying up until today.
Yeah,
up until today was this the most important?
Yeah, because you beat number 1 Purdue, stormed the court.
Yeah,
and it's like at that point you're probably like, yeah, this is probably the biggest win.
Yeah,
but now we have hindsight to be like, well, what did it ultimately lead to? Nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like Crown or
no, it was
in that case
Memphis,
right? And I'm just saying, like in the moment, you don't know what it's going to lead to.
Yeah,
but with this, you got hopes that this will be the first team in history that can win a tourney game.
They're talking about a 3 seed right now.
Woo. Yeah, this is nuts.
Well, and that's the issue with Nebraska ball in the past is even when we squeak our way into the basketball tournament, we're like a 9 and we're playing like a similar team, right? If Nebraska ball gets in with a top 3 seed, like you're going to play a team that is not as good as you, which Nebraska has not had ever really. So like
most of the time when Nebraska plays,
we're the lower seed,
whether they're in the tournament or not. Usually Nebraska is not as good as the opponent.
Right.
Like regardless of when you play. Right. So we're actually looking down. Like we're kind of on a pedestal right now where our team is better and we're actually looking down on the opponent going, yeah, we should beat Michigan State. Have we ever said that?
Right.
Ever?
Right.
Like we're actually better than our opponents and our opponents are good. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit, this is a legit top 10. Let me say that slower. Legitimate top 10 college basketball program. Not like flash in the pan. This team looks damn good, dude.
18 in a row. 18 in a row. And you know what's also funny? Going 14-0. Creighton's never done that before. Fun fact. Creighton, this big, high and mighty basketball school that's so much better than Nebraska ball. Yeah. They've never gone 14-0 in their entire history. So just saying, it's kind of weird.
I thought it was really interesting that I saw the stat the other day that no team that has ever won the crown lost again. When you win the crown, you never lose again.
Crazy stat.
We'll see.
You put on that Burger King crown and woo. Well, and the other thing too is you have a lot of season left. You can still have your baffling loss. And look, they're going to lose a game sometime. Yeah. Okay.
Could be tomorrow. Who knows?
Could be tomorrow. And if it happens tomorrow, that's okay.
Right.
There are some people like, oh, if you lose to Michigan State, it's disappointing. And it's like, I mean, sure. But you're not looking at it going, God, they suck now and they're frauds. Well, no, they lost to Michigan State. Like, it's okay if you lose a few of these games coming up. I feel like a lot of people, that'll be a narrative. Oh, they get in the top 10 and immediately they lose because they're frauds. So drop them to the number 25. It's like, well, just relax. They're going to lose one of these games.
Yeah.
And it's okay because most teams don't go undefeated.
Well, especially like are those road wins. Like it's hard to win on the road in the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. That's why winning at PBA is so important. And Nebraska already has one. They got their road win already in the Big Ten against Illinois. So like at this point, it's kind of gravy. Even if you just win all the games at home and drop a couple on the road, It's okay.
This resume already is like, you could end the season and be like, damn, that's a good resume. Beat Michigan State, beat Creighton, who's looking better, right?
Yeah.
You blew out Wisconsin. I think they're going to be a solid team. Beat Oklahoma, who seems to be pretty good.
You also beat BYU in an exhibition at the start of the season. I know it doesn't matter, but it's one of those things. It's like,
and the other thing too is, so you have those solid wins already, and there's not a loss where you go, shit, they lost New Mexico, and that's going to be held against them. Nope. You beat everyone that you're supposed to, and you already got your quality wins too. Your resume's looking fucking solid.
That Michigan State game was like season defining game. Like that was. Yeah. This is like where the roller coaster either goes down or it goes up. And like you said, like it shouldn't be held against him, but that was that game that was like, all right, well, here's that test. That test is right now at home. You have the opportunity in front of the world to show that you're a good team. And they did it.
Well, and it's, if I'm going to connect it to football, I guess, Nebraska, Utah, sure. You can be angry about the loss and the way it looked, but it just highlighted the weaknesses of the football team. Mm-hmm. Whereas with this game, with Nebraska ball beating Michigan State, it highlighted your strengths of this team. Fucking gritty as shit. You play defense like it's your identity, thank God. Right? You had Rienk, all Big Ten, easily.
Yes.
Let's talk about Rienk. Holy shnikes. Dude is a threat in so many different ways. He's so versatile. All Big Ten. Can shoot the lights out, can play defense. I don't want to say you're going to retire the number, but
if
it's go on.
If the thing happens.
If the thing happens.
If the thing happens.
I was talking to John Grady about this at the game the other day. I was looking up at the rafters and you see the 4 jerseys retired. And none of those guys ever won a tournament game. Think how many players from this team could be up in those rafters if we win. Like Sam Hoiberg. Sam Hoiberg could be up in those rafters.
I think it'd be one of those things where you just put like the entire team up there.
Like honestly, you might have to.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I'm with
Sam
you.
Hoiberg's a dog.
Yeah.
Kid's a beast.
Tom Izzo said nobody better give him shit.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody better give Sam Hoiberg shit.
Which you have to because he's a coach's kid. And you're like, God dang it.
Yeah.
Freaking coach's kid. And then he goes out there. He's
pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Walk on.
Yeah.
First one in, last one out.
White.
Yeah.
So every time.
I don't think Tony's ever experienced that one.
Yeah. He's like, whoa. He said it.
Jim Rat. White.
So before the episode started, I brought up something about this game that I found interesting, and it's that Nebraska actually tied a record during it.
Yeah.
I am confirming with the box score right now. Nebraska tied the record for worst shooting inside the arc with a win over a ranked team. They were 5 of 20. And I thought, holy shit, how do you go 5 of 20 inside the arc and win, especially against a team like Michigan State? Until I did the math on Michigan State, who was 7 of 22 inside the arc.
Crazy.
It was just, there were 13 threes by Nebraska and 10 by Michigan State. That was the story of the game.
They were fist fighting the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just going at it.
Yeah, it was a boxing match.
Yeah.
That's again, that goes back to my point is Fred Hoiberg changing his identity, figuring it out after a few years of being really bad, being self-aware enough to be like, all right, this is what I need to be now, and changing the identity to a defense first. And the other thing too is I think PBA like really just showed everyone, we've always known this, but it just showed everyone how effective of an environment that can be. Because I feel like we rattled them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And, PBA, top 10 venue in college basketball.
I don't disagree.
We bring out fans, even when we suck. We show up, and we're effective. We're loud. We get after them.
I would agree with you. I don't think PBA will get national credit like that. I don't think anybody will ever. I think, but again, like we talked about brand recognition earlier, why some teams stay in that top 10, they get into the top 10 due to their brand recognition. Nebraska doesn't have that. And even though, did we win every home game last year or did we lose one?
I think that was 2 years ago where they went undefeated, right?
Yeah. Like you see that, and there's a very clear impact by that arena, by that crowd. I just don't think nationally, Nebraska will get that credit until they do make a run in the tournament,
Sure.
and people start to respect Nebraska as a basketball school.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that because I kind of alluded to it earlier. I feel like a lot of people are waiting for any excuse to knock us down,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, and frauds, right?
Yeah.
But more about this team, dude. You got a bunch of old people, right? Rienk Mast, pretty old, right?
24.
Jamarques Lawrence, pretty old. Sam Hoiberg, pretty old. Then you got Finger Guns Frager out there. Good old Finger Guns Frager.
Crazy.
causing a whole bunch of panties to be wadded up.
Okay, but I'll tell people about that too.
Do it.
So we talked about this before the episode, but
yeah, can I just add in here before?
Yeah.
Mike, if you are so something like that happens where it's a reactionary thing, you hit a big shot, and then your first instinct is to do something to the guy you just shot on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
there's a reason why Mr. Frager did the finger guns in his face. On that possession on the way down, I was coming out of a timeout. Braden Frager was walking to like our side of the court out of the timeout, and they bumped into each other and they started chirping at each other.
Yeah.
And then that same possession, Nebraska gets the ball. Frager gets the ball. I knew immediately he was going to shoot it. And he shot it right in his eye. I mean, the guy was covering him really good too. Shot it right in his eye. And of course he does that. And people make a big deal about it now because, that guy's been shot before.
Guy's been shot before.
I'm sure Braden Frager knew that he's been shot before. Come on now.
I didn't know that, but that's fucking hilarious.
He got shot 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Frager's mind.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what I'm going to do? Cause a national stink about this.
Well, the guy's a punk, okay? Like
That's
that player
insane.
for Michigan State is an absolute punk. So
He's been a dick all season
Yeah.
to every team he's played.
fuck off.
again,
Yeah,
he got
found
shot.
that
It makes
one
you wonder.
guy.
I wonder why he got shot.
Yeah.
He's a little fuck. He's a little shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So Frager had to apologize.
He had to say what his caption on IG was
Fear
like,
none.
no fear none, right?
Yeah, fear none.
And then he
Scared of
deletes it.
It's just hilarious because as soon as I saw it, I knew. And at that moment, I did not know that guy had been shot. I didn't know the outbreak that was going to happen.
Frager.
Right.
My God.
But I just knew in that moment, I go, that guy must have been talking a lot of shit.
They were.
For the first thing you think of after hitting that is you're pointing at the guy. That just means one thing, is that you two have been butting heads all game long, and you just made a point. Like, yeah, I just made that.
I'll take it a step further. He had to have been talking shit to get the celly in his face right away, regardless. Then after the game ends, he walks to the locker room and puts you on his Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said, but he deserved it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, you want to hear? You guys will answer this for me. Who spent more time on the court, Tom Izzo or Pryce Sandfort?
Mike, just get to your point.
No, I'm just
about
saying, like,
Tom Izzo.
Well, it's just crazy. So Tom Izzo, the entire time was almost at the First National Bank logo the entire game. Dude was walking on the court the entire game. There was times where we have the ball and like we are almost running into him because he's still on the court.
Yeah.
Right.
He's got a lot of.
But we get technicals for finger guns. Like it's funny how that works.
Tom Izzo wields a big influence in this
Yeah.
conference.
Crazy.
We talk
Fred
about
stays in his corner.
the crowd's impact at PBA, but Michigan State brought their own sixth man. Their coach.
Yeah.
But I know Tom Izzo is one of those dudes where in the moment, in the middle of a game, in the heat of battle, you're like, fuck you, Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
But then off the court, he's the old grandpa that's been around, and you're going to look back and be like, you know what? I liked playing against that guy.
I mean, he's a Hall of Fame coach,
Right.
and like you can appreciate that fact.
Yeah. I say it about so many people. I typically say it about guys like Bill Belichick, Nick Saban. I do not like those guys. I do respect them. And
Sure.
those you can separate those two. And Tom Izzo is the same way. I respect him.
And that's the thing too. He comes out after the game and he's like, I'm glad they court stormed. I wish I would have gotten ran over. Like he says all the right things.
I think he was lying there. I think he was bullshit.
Well,
He was steaming.
I would hope so, because he's a competitor, right? And there's a reason why he's got the dick swinging in the conference, right? He can do pretty much whatever he wants to the refs. He's working them over the whole game, and you can kind of feel. I feel like the foul numbers were pretty fair, but you felt like at some point in the game it kind of turned, and it's like there's the Tom Izzo effect having an effect on the refs.
I've been to
know?
a lot of away college football games, and Michigan State is the only place that we went to where they gave Tom Izzo an introduction, and then everyone was louder for him than they were during the whole fucking game. Like it was, I was like, I mean, it was cool because he was like just literally on the sidelines, walking around, just like on the sideline during the game, talking to players and stuff. And then before the game, they were like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Izzo," and the crowd just went berserk
because it's a basketball school.
Because it's a basketball school,
Yeah.
yeah. And so I was like, man, that's, and like you said, like I think Tom Izzo says the stuff that coaches don't normally say, which is kind of always, I always like that because it's like I hate when coaches are fake in front of the camera, and then they got guys like Tom Izzo that's just like, no, I just, you know, says what's on his mind. He's like drunk uncle that says shit he shouldn't at like family gatherings.
But he's whether you like it or not, he's earned that. He has.
Yeah.
He's been there a long time. He's won a lot. That's a program that they're in the Elite Eight every fucking year, right?
They haven't won a natty since 2000, though.
Right.
They haven't won anything since.
Mateen Cleaves.
Yeah. So,
but no, I think just like my overall point, you got a lot of grandpas on the team, but then you got Frager, who's just kind of he's kind of a punk. He's a punk kid, right?
I like it.
Yeah.
And he brings that little, what do you want to call it? Like
immaturity.
We say pesty. We say pest a lot, and he is. But like, what's another like? I mean, he's an asshole,
which is fine.
And I love that.
You have to have.
I
those
love
guys.
that.
You have to have a guy like that.
Be
Jared,
a dick. Be a dick.
Jared,
be a dick.
You got your Pavia. It's just
Yes.
a different sport.
And dude, like we have a lot of time with him too. It's not like he just transferred in, and we got a long time with this guy. And I love that we have a guy like that. How many times have you watched Wisconsin or Iowa? You're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He's still here.
Why?
And he's still jamming. He's still making threes in our face, and he's doing like a thing to us. We have our own one of those.
Not to bring it back to football by or anything, but I literally just was texting with my brother like 3 days ago. I was like, we don't have an asshole on Nebraska's football team to hold people accountable. And that's the thing that I think that team is missing,
right?
Is that you have to have a Jason Peter on your team to beat the shit out of somebody when they get out of line or whatever. We don't have that on the football
They're
team.
Too
but
nice.
Right. But I think that's part of the reason why probably, you know, he shot the, you know, did the yeah.
First of all, it wasn't even finger guns really, but
it was like bow and arrow.
Yeah.
You know? Like, God.
The three.
The LeBron.
Yeah. Well, to your point, Tony, like you do have something like that on the basketball team in Rienk Mast.
Yeah.
Because immediately following that, he gets teed up. Rienk is over there, like gives him a hug, and he's like, "Yo, we can't do that. It's a tight game, whatever." If you remember a couple weeks ago, he's calling out Berke in the press conference. Is like, you bring that energy every day. You don't just up and down, up and down, up and down. You make sure that as the season goes on, you don't get too high and too low. Like you have that guy in Rienk Mast that is like keeping everybody accountable, and you know. Like you do something stupid, you probably got to go over and talk to Rienk Mast. So it's cool.
The beautiful thing about that, and Rienk is one of the old guys, right? You got some other old guys that can kind of keep Frager in check a little bit. You know, don't hold him back too much. Let him do his thing, right? Again, we need one of those guys. But the thing about Rienk Mast too is he's backing it up on the court. I'm sure on the football team we have loads of guys that are good leaders. And you can come to them for, you know, what should I do? What should I do? And it's like, I'm sure they're good leaders, you know, but on the field, it's like, with Rienk Mast, dude is putting in work on the court and earning all conference. He should be all conference. So,
and let me tell you something else too. With Mike Sauter, we went and we interviewed Rienk Mast at PBA, and I was just kind of, as a videographer, I'm usually just kind of an observer. Usually we're not like super included and, you know, whatever, you just kind of film it and go on about your day. But not with Rienk. Rienk like stood behind for 30-ish minutes, something like that. And we were chatting it up and I was telling him like, yeah, make sure, you know, because he was a lot of fun. He had this big personality in this interview and he was kind of joking around with us and stuff. I said, hey man, make sure you bring that energy when I'm on the court filming the games and stuff. And so I just think he's a super cool dude that like the players really kind of look up to. And that's where you get that like, okay, well, if I screw up, I have to answer to Rienk. It's just the guy is cool.
Yeah. Anything else about Nebrasketball, especially Mike? You got anything else to say?
No,
Are you good?
I love this team, man.
You have to.
I love this fucking team.
I thought it's been really cool so far. I'm sure you guys have seen it too. A lot of former players on Twitter being very vocal about loving this team, seeing or loving what they're watching. I don't know if you guys saw Josiah Alex video.
Yeah.
In where was he? Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Screaming "Go Big Red" in the middle of the bar.
And it's just totally silent. Everybody just kind of
They're like, what the fuck is going on?
And he just ends with it. All right, see you guys.
Yeah.
And the video just cuts off.
Yeah.
Mike, you said you love this team. We are all falling in love with this team.
Yeah.
I think a big part of that, man, we've been harping on it over and over again, is you watch this team and everyone knows what their job is. They know who they are. They know what their identity is. That just adds to, and of course, the winning. But the winning is the winning is coming because you finally figured out who you are and who you want to be. And you've found the guys that play to that style. And I think we just kind of have a natural inclination as Nebraska fans, especially, to really embrace defense first.
Say the word. Say it.
I mean, there's a lot of words I could say. I could say figure it out. I could say identity.
There it is.
Say the line, Bart.
Yep.
Identity.
Yeah.
And then that's where you guys go, yeah. But no, man, that's certainly a factor. Is I think we have a natural attraction to defense first. And when Matt Rule says it, before this season, certainly, we were going to have good defenses here. He's never going to have a bad defense, Matt Rule. Well. How much time are we at?
we're at 38 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Before we kind of get into this, I just want to point out, I believe over all of the fall sports between volleyball, women's basketball, men's basketball, and football, there were a total of, I think, like 10 losses.
9.
Well, if you include the bowl game, I think it's 10.
Maybe. Well, yeah, no.
Damn bowl game.
Yeah. So anyway, my point being is that across the country, the fall sports in general, Nebraska had the best win-loss record as it sits right now.
No, I think 9.
No, it is 9.
Yeah,
with the bowl game. Yeah. And football owns 6 of those losses.
Yeah.
So as we start talking about football and all of that fun stuff, I just wanted to kind of toss that out there.
Oh, you just wanted to throw out there that the season kind of was not what we hoped it would be. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle, did you happen to go through? I don't know if we saw the
Thank God we
same
gave them
thread
an
on that.
extension.
Did you happen to see the next closest in the Big Ten? What their loss number was? I believe it was Michigan at like 21.
Oof.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
we're at 9.
Is the next best?
Next best.
Yeah.
Does that mean we win the All-State Good Hands Award for all the schools?
Yeah.
Well, that just makes the volleyball more depressing
hurt
the way
more.
that ended.
Yeah, they account for 1.
Gosh. Oh my God.
At the
Okay.
worst time.
Yeah.
Of course. Literally. Okay. I figure we would get into Kenny Minchie. Looks like he's in.
Yep.
I just wanted to get your guys' instant reaction. There's been so many highlights. Well, high school and mop-up duty highlights that people are going off of, which is fine. That's what we have to go off of. Kyle's itching to say something.
Yeah, I was just going to say, okay, so you mentioned Minchie. Wow, that's mentioned Minchie. I want to know, what is the timetable for when, like, we expect this big portal season for Nebraska football? What is the timetable for, like, hey, why have we not signed these people yet? Like, when do I start being like, what's going on with the portal,
I can answer
additions? Yeah.
So, like, right now, Nebraska is bringing in all these guys on campus. So tomorrow we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys coming on campus. A couple of them are already here. Like Brendan Black, he's the right guard at Iowa State. He's been here for multiple days.
Get him.
So I would say that people are kind of worried about, like, oh, how come we haven't got any commits yet? I mean, nobody's really getting commits yet either, though. Everybody's doing their visits. Everybody's doing their due diligence. And as far as Minchie goes, like, this is pretty much saying Matt Rule is investing less in the quarterback and more in everything else. And just, they're going to let those guys battle it out at the quarterback position, him and Lateef.
I agree with you. I think that's a route that we all wanted Rule to take.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because even if you brought in Sam Levitt, got Sam Levitt's going to Kentucky.
Weird.
At least $5 million he's getting paid. It's a lot of money.
Right.
Okay, Kentucky, go out and get Sam Levitt for that much money, Kentucky. You're not going to surround him with shit.
Right.
I mean, they're not going to, I don't think they're going to have a very good season, but yeah, this is the route we wanted. Okay. Bring in a quarterback that's going to compete, and spend it on the lines. Because after all, and yeah, you can say Dylan's not as good as advertised. That's fine. I'm not going to argue with you. But on paper, 5-star, Elite 11, Golden Boy. Ultimately, his lines weren't very good, and his pocket presence, combined with that, lack thereof, didn't help. So what good is it to bring in a 5-star golden arm if his lines stink too? So
Yeah.
This is about the route that we all expected and wanted.
So, Jared, you mentioned when we first started talking about Minchie might be in, you mentioned that he doesn't run quite enough for you.
It's true.
Now, through I think it was like a 5-minute clip of his mop-up duty time at Notre Dame, he doesn't run a lot, but when he does, he is effective.
Sure.
Again, he's not playing against really high-end teams
No.
because he was, sitting back there. But I think he's still an effective runner, and that's something that, unfortunately, we did not have with Dylan. We've seen a little bit of it with Lateef. That's great. I think he does fit Lateef's kind of hybrid style a little bit better. So, yeah, I think ultimately, while I'm not dogging Dylan, Minchie's, from what I've seen of him, fits what Nebraska needs right now with having a not so great O-line at the current moment.
Yeah, you got to understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I am different from you guys. I am different from Kyle, I think. I'm different from you guys, from the style of offense that I want. I personally want a quarterback that runs a lot, at least 100 carries. Okay?
You're not getting
We're
that with this
not getting that with this
No.
guy.
or Lateef.
You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Is that what I want? No. Personally, no. But you bring in Minchie. He's more mobile. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's kind of like Orich. Don't love the hire. Don't hate it. There have been other programs around the country that hire inexperienced coordinators, and they work like gangbusters. Okay. We keep saying Indiana over and over again. All these JMU assistants, no Big Ten experience, they still figure it out, right? So again, don't hate Minchie, don't love him. Has never started a game before, right? So I'm open to it.
Yeah, because
Guess what? We
don't have a choice.
What are you going to do?
We got to roll. We got to roll with Rule no matter what.
Yep.
So I could sit here and be like, fuck, I'm negative and he doesn't run enough and no experience. And there's no point because we are rolling with Rule. I could say stuck with Rule. I could say that, but that has a negative connotation. And I could easily say that we are stuck with Rule. Contract extension, right?
Yeah.
But we are rolling with him. It's like Tom Cruise in Collateral. You just got to roll with it. And that's where I'm at.
Well, in Nebraska, will probably bring in one more quarterback too.
Yes.
Probably D2 FCS type guy.
Hopefully that runs a lot.
I don't know. I feel like getting a guy like Minchie, you're probably set in that style of quarterback.
Mhm.
It's a pocket passer that can extend plays, but is not a runner. So I would imagine they're going to get a guy similar out of that level as well. So,
okay. Quarterback.
Tony, let's do this.
So,
So he says, so. What you want? What do you want?
Who is on, like, what position group are you excited for Nebraska to fill with the transfer portal?
defensive line.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I have to say it louder, I will for the people in the back.
Please do. Defensive line.
I literally, I don't know if I could tell you one defensive lineman's name because of the fact that they never made a play. Like I don't personally, I don't look at the rosters beforehand. I don't get all pumped up beforehand because I know everything changes. So like I'm the type of guy, I'm like, well, I'll look at it the day before the season or the first game. So like all my buddies will be like, oh, did you see that this guy's doing this? I'm like, dude, I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But once the season starts, then I'm like, okay, now I know everybody. I'll do all that. But
Well, once the announcers start saying their names over and over and over and over
Right.
again, they become a household name, and you're like, okay, yeah, I like him.
right.
Yeah.
Have we had that? No.
No.
That's not on this deal.
That's my thing is like that or a linebacker. Like, and I told like in the same conversation I was telling you, I was texting my brother. I go, why can't we find just this 6 foot, 230-pound white middle linebacker that like Boise State seems to find every goddamn year?
Iowa.
Yeah, I was
just gonna say Iowa.
I was like, why can't we just find one of those dudes that just wreaks havoc, start shit like. There needs to be a fist fight on the practice field every once a week.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that should be to get people's attitude into like, and I don't see that in this team, but like, I'm excited. I think first off the defensive line, cause that's where it starts on the defense is that line. And they just get thrown around, but then also that offensive line, cause that's where the offense starts. And like you said, you can bring in all these quarterbacks. If you don't have anybody to protect them, now that's not to say like, Dylan had a better line. Would he have been better? Who knows?
Probably not.
Probably not. But
I mean, he would have been better.
He would have been better.
yeah.
Does
How
it
much
result
better?
in more wins?
the team would have been better, I should say.
Yeah.
But his, like you said, his pocket presence just absolutely boggled my mind. And like my personal opinion is I think Dana Holgorsen, the hire for him was the best hire that Matt Rule probably could have gotten. And then we bring in Dylan Raiola. And then, Dylan's there, and then we bring in Dana, and nothing changed with his technique, pocket presence. I'm like, Dana Holgorsen's one of the best quarterback coaches in the world. Why has nothing changed in Dylan's? I don't know if that's coaching. I don't know if that's him not willing to be coached. If nothing, like, what do the practices look like? All that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's just so much that goes into it. And then now, a year and a half in, like, I'm questioning. Like Dana's play calls sometimes. Sometimes it's on fire, and then other times it's like, is Satterfield back there calling plays again? Like, what the hell's going on here?
The script.
stuff
My God,
is
he
great.
can write a script like
Right, yeah.
Spielberg.
But
The first drive or two, but then
Right.
after that, you got to make adjustments to Big Ten coaching.
and that's the thing. Like, we come out of halftime, we're doing the same shit, but the other team makes their adjustments, and then we get our asses kicked the second half because we don't make adjustments. And then I could go on, but anyway.
Let's see. We could say linebackers. We
Yeah.
could say.
There is so those visits tomorrow, we have a guard, a linebacker, a defensive lineman, a safety, a defensive lineman, an offensive lineman, and a long snapper.
Ooh.
Those are all the guys coming on campus tomorrow.
Wait, were they putting in like an extra year of eligibility for our long snapper?
Gallic?
I think
Yeah.
they're trying to.
He filed for it.
But
It has not yet been.
I doubt it'll get approved.
It better.
Although you keep giving Pavia more years, I mean, you might as well give her a long
Hell
snapper
yeah.
more
Yeah.
years.
I want him to play forever.
You a big Diego Pavia guy?
I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am. People give me shit, and I don't care.
He's a
Why?
I
winner.
don't care.
He's a good player.
He's
He's a
good.
winner.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
wins.
winner.
Didn't win against Iowa. Yeah, well, there are other things happening in the game out of his fucking control.
Did you guys? Okay, I do want to ask you. Did you like seeing Diego Pavia get beat by Iowa, or
I
did
personally
you like
Or
to see
the
Iowa?
SEC losing.
Did you? Yeah, that's because that was hard for me. I'm like, God, I hate Iowa, but also I really like to see a top 15, top 20 SEC team get the shit beat out of them.
Yeah.
by a mediocre Big Ten team.
I think for me, I think I appreciated that more than like the whole Iowa bias.
Yeah.
I was really like, okay, Big Ten versus SEC. That's all
Yeah.
I was like. That's
I
all I
like
cared
that,
about.
right.
Yeah.
SEC's dead.
Yes.
It has to be.
It's
They're
so
fucking
dead.
dead.
They have
How many bowl games did they win?
last I saw, I actually looked at this 2 days ago. They were 4-9 in the season. And 2 of those wins right now are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just
And one of them
means
was
more.
head to head.
Yeah.
One of them was an SEC team playing an SEC team.
And
So-
people are going to say, well, that added a loss no matter what. I would point
It
out
added a
that
win no matter what,
we
too.
have a Big Ten team versus a Big Ten team coming up this
Yeah.
week. So they're not special.
Yeah. I do not buy into like, well, these games don't mean anything. So that's why. Look,
Yeah.
they still get to play football. You're still obligated to go out there and win the game.
Right.
And you lost.
Yep.
So I don't care what you think. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, give me a
Well,
break.
So I saw,
Notre
I don't remember
Dame.
who it was. Yeah. But somebody was like, if you talk to an SEC fan, they'll tell you that early season losses don't really matter.
Yep.
And mid-season losses, we're playing the SEC, that they're really strong.
Yep.
And then bowl games don't matter. It's like, so when does it matter for the SEC?
When it's
What
convenient.
games- Yeah.
When it's convenient. That's
But
the only
it's supposed to mean more, I thought.
time. Fuck. No.
What Indiana did to Alabama.
Ugh, I
Was
love
just
Oh, beautiful.
Does that? It tells
my
you
God.
two things. One, how good Indiana is and how good
Yeah.
how good Kurt Signetti is. But two, like how soft the SEC is now. Like they've been riding Nick Saban's coattails for a freaking century, and now that he's gone, the SEC has just fallen, and everybody can pay players now. It's just
See, and that's the beautiful thing about what Indiana did. Because you can sit here and be like, well, NIL has spread the talent out, and teams are deeper, and the top isn't as top heavy as it used to be. Right. Alabama could do the McDonald's bag, and nobody else did it. Right. Maybe that's why Saban won so much, because he cheated and got away with it. That's fine. You do what you got to do. Right. But the beautiful thing about Indiana's dismantling is you don't have a lot of 5 stars on Indiana's roster.
no.
Okay.
It's the power of friendship over there.
Sure, you got Cuban, but it's not like you can be like, well, Mark Cuban bought this 5-star, blah blah blah. No, that is pure alien Signetti talent evaluation, and probably being the best college football coach probably of all time.
yeah. In 2
Aliens.
years. In 2 years.
In 2
In
years.
2 years,
Aliens.
I told you
dude.
he might be on Mount Rushmore already, especially in this era. He's the best coach in the NIL era ever,
dude.
Like right now, he's
I-
that good already.
He was like unreal at JMU, right?
Yeah, he's unreal everywhere he's been.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I win.
I win. Google me.
Yeah.
Just
I
like,
don't disagree with you about the Mount Rushmore possibility. You got to finish it. You got to finish this
Right.
year.
I totally agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, if he wins the Natty, though, I'm just telling you right now.
If he wins a natty, I will say that he's probably at least one of the best coaches in the last 20 years, period.
Well, he already is that.
Yeah.
He already.
Yeah.
Is that.
Oh, no.
for sure,
100%.
yeah.
I'm
No,
putting him.
I would say
I'm
he's,
talking all time.
he has been the most transformative for what he's done to Indiana in 2 seasons.
Right.
Absolutely.
I feel like if you did it's we just got done with 2025, right? So if you did like a whole the past 25 years of college football since 2000, Signetti is immediately one of the top storylines already. Like you can't tell the story of college football without talking about Signetti.
Yeah.
Like he's a college football Hall of Famer already.
He's a unicorn, though. Like people
He's
are
a-
chasing this thing that like there's only one Signetti,
Right.
and I think that's the
Right.
issue too,
Yeah.
and that's why I think Nebraska fans they feel their way about Rule too, because everybody thinks, well, Indiana can flip a script like that, right? There's only one Indiana. There's only one team that's doing that.
Yeah, my
that
point to
extent.
those people that consistently say that, well, Kurt Signetti could do it. Look, every AD, every head coach, every assistant coach, everybody in charge of any football program in the country, whether that be NFL, college, you name it, they're trying to figure out how the hell did Kurt Signetti do
Right.
it.
Yeah. I mean, this is a generational thing. You go back. There was only one Tom Osborne. There was one Nick Saban. There is one Kurt Signetti. These guys aren't a dime a dozen.
No.
And
It's so
there's only one Kurt Signetti that's ever done it in 2 years just like this. There's in the
unbelievable.
history of football, there's only
Yeah.
one.
And so the other thing too is like I brought up Orich, right? And how, hey, you know what? Signetti brought his JMU assistants, and look at them. They come into the Big Ten and it's seamless. Not only seamless, they are better than Ohio State apparently, and they're better than Alabama, etc. You look at their assistants, and you might have hope about Orich, and I do. I'm not writing them off, but I think there's a difference between working for a guy like Sig and working for a guy like Rule. So basically, what I'm saying is, you got to look at Signetti's assistants and be open to hiring them to be your head coach. Eventually. Okay. I'm looking at their defensive coordinator and I go, you know what? This sounds like a Nick Saban type of situation where they are working for Signetti, who is a master of his craft. And he is providing a great example for his assistants on what to do. And I'm looking at their DC and I'm like, he's probably going to make a great head coach one day. He's going to be like the Dan Lanning, right? And so I'm just saying, I'm looking at their DC and I'm scratching my chin a little bit, going,
Yeah, I mean, in 15 years from now, you're going to be like, yeah, he's on the Kurt Signetti coaching tree.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like all these guys are Alabama coaching tree.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
isn't Signetti part of
The
the
Saban
Saban
one.
coaching tree?
Yep.
But I think it's hilarious.
Yes.
Like they're always like, oh, he's a Saban coaching tree. But like Signetti, he's done it on his own though, too.
Right.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
for sure.
at every level.
he
he's
was like a
coached in.
receivers coach with Saban, right?
Yeah, something like
which
that.
is, I mean, yeah, he learned a lot, but
But
he did this on his own.
he did
Like,
this on
he's-
his own.
This is him.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think anyone's downplaying.
Yeah.
Right.
I just think it's annoying when they're always like, "Oh, all 4 coaches in the
Yeah.
playoff right now are all Saban coaching trees. And I'm like,
Well, and like Lanning was like a graduate assistant or something
Yeah.
for like a year. It's like, well, I don't know if,
Yeah.
but again, that would back up my argument
yeah,
that this is the Signetti coaching tree, and you might want to start pulling guys.
They will. especially if they win a natty.
Who's they?
Yeah.
Who's they will?
Every other
Nebraska
school
will?
will start
Yeah.
hiring them except for Nebraska
Except-
because that would be too good.
We'll pick up a water boy or something.
No, we'll get another coach that was fired from somewhere else.
So yeah, what you have to do. This is my task. My task before the bowl game was look at Nebraska's roster and run it down. And who's a potential All Big Ten player here? Not a whole lot. But what you need to do for this homework assignment is Indiana football staff 2025, and you look at everybody on that list, and you just make a little note. Just make a little note.
Remember those names.
Remember those names. Oh, this guy got hired to be a head coach. Not at Nebraska, though.
No.
Because we're rolling with Rule. We are rolling with it. Just got to roll with it. No
Okay.
matter what.
We have had, after the bowl game, we've had a lot of people in the chat the last couple episodes ask for TIMR ratings. And I
Okay.
think this would be good with our guests every week to kind of gauge the feel amongst the media members, guests, things like that, right? So I guess I'll start to give my TIMR rating. I think that since we haven't seen the portal additions and how this portal season has gone yet,
Mhm.
I've dropped. I'm at like a 4.3.
Ooh, you're
Like,
below
I-
5.
Yeah, I've dropped quite a bit. Like before I was kind of like, whatever. Now I'm like, there's some doubts rolling in for me. So
Yeah.
I'm at a 4.3.
I think my last rating, I was just north of a 5. I was like a 5.2.
Mhm.
We did expect to get our asses kicked by Utah.
Yeah,
That
that
one did-
shouldn't change anything.
Did not
Right.
shock me. I did change, not a ton, but I am sub 5 now. I'm like a 4.8. I'm still right around the middle.
I guess I'll be the Kool-Aid guy. I guess I'm a 5. I'm just a 5 because Matt Rule, and we were just talking about Fred Hoiberg and what he had to do. Matt Rule is at his crossroads right now where he has to make decisions on who he wants to be, what this team needs to be. And I think it starts with this transfer portal additions and everything else. So if you're going the Kenny Minchie route or Lateef or whoever ends up being the quarterback next year, I want to see what he does in this offseason. He talked about all this money we have. We better roll in a bunch of hog mollies on the O-line and D-line. So right now I'm going to say I'm at a 5. We'll see what they bring in. I think people also they keep forgetting Nebraska missed bowl games for a long time. And we did go back-to-back bowl games. As annoying as it is and how easy that schedule was, at the end of the day, we made back-to-back bowl games for the first time in a long time.
Can we go back to back to back? Can we make 3 in a row?
That would be something.
Oh,
I'm at a
with
5.
this schedule?
And so we do TIMR rating. That's your trust in Matt Rule rating, by the way.
So
Okay,
is-
so what is your trust
It
in
is a
Matt Rule
1 to
rating?
10.
Your TIMR rating.
If you don't have, I can go if you want me
Yeah,
to.
you go.
Okay.
I gotta think about this.
So again, expected the Utah loss. But again, it highlighted the weaknesses. But it also kind of made me aware of a few other things. Okay. Make a big deal about the backwards hat. Fine. You can do that. I am of the opinion that the backwards hat thing is more indicative of a larger issue, that he's searching for answers. He doesn't know, is this going to work? Is this going to work? Maybe if I do this, this will have an effect on my team, right? So I think he's having a bit of an identity crisis. The other thing too and we didn't talk about this, was his comments about John Butler. Did you hear about them? Did you hear what he said about John Butler after the Utah game?
What did he say?
How he pretty much forced John Butler to do what he wanted.
Mhm.
Hey, John Butler, run this, even though
You've never
that's
ran
not
that
your
before.
thing.
Yeah.
Bruh. And look, we want to sit here and be like, he doesn't meddle in Holgerson. I hear the John Butler thing, and I'm like,
There's no doubt.
maybe he does meddle with Holko. I didn't think he did. I thought Holgerson was his own thing. I thought Holgerson was in a lab by himself cooking up things, which that's concerning if that's the offense, that's the way it looks under him. So again, the backwards hat and meddling with John Butler and then firing him, even though it was like kind of your fault because you told him what to do. You didn't let John Butler do what he wanted or whatever. What's the point in hiring? Fuck. I'm at like a 2. I'm at 2. Oof.
Whoa.
Yeah, because here's the thing, dude. I ultimately know where this leads. In my mind. Maybe he figures it out. I don't think he will. I think this will eventually end with him getting fired eventually.
In 27. After 27.
Yeah, sure. Because next season schedule's tough. You're probably not making a bowl. If you do make a bowl, it's a miracle, right? And so, yeah, it could be after 27. Because again, we are rolling with this guy. We're rolling with him. So, but in my mind, I think I know where this leads. The fact that I'm a 2,
That's wild.
that's too high. Yes, because you guys, we've seen this story written over and over again. We can cope as much as we want, but I think I ultimately know where this leads. So the fact that I'm a 2 is probably higher than it should be, but I'm saying 2.
You say that, but you realize that we did make bowl games. Like,
Yes.
I understand, like,
Sure.
you're at a 2,
Mhm.
but the last guy, I mean, he was going 3-9 and all those things, right? I don't know. I feel like that's really low for a guy that's got us to heights we haven't been at in a while.
Yeah, because I think rule raises your floor, but your ceiling's not very high, and people are going to get sick of it. And maybe me, because I think you could still win 9 games here, and I'm not sure that he can do that consistently. So yeah, I think he raises your floor, but the ceiling is not going to be enough for people.
I think this year, for what was hyped in the year 3 Matt Rule, quote unquote, like aura,
Oh yeah,
is like when you've got 4 games where you feel like you were just not even on the same playing level as 4 different teams on your schedule, the teams that weren't who you should beat, like you're not even on the same level. And then the preseason talk and all that other stuff, which brings up a whole nother conversation on the amount of exposure and like media coverage that Nebraska has. You have all this talk in the preseason, and then you get blown out or you get your ass kicked in 4 games. And like you didn't realize that your defensive line wasn't good enough. Like that last portal season, you already know Ty and Nash are out. You're looking at your roster, and your job is to make sure that you're good to go. You can say, yes, we're a super young team, and that plays a big factor in it. And I agree that does play a big factor, but knowing that, and you still didn't address that problem, knowing that maybe this probably isn't good enough for year 3, is why I think for me, it has dropped quite a bit. And Jared, your notion that like, you kind of know where this goes. You've already got people very upset, used car salesmen. And you've got people, you watch these games and you're like, this just doesn't look right. This doesn't look like where you should be. And then you've got the Kurt Signetti stuff, and it all amounts to this pressure, and it all amounts to this expectation that this year certainly did not live up to.
But that's what drives me crazy is he is the one that put those expectations, that set those expectations.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he is the one that sits there and says, we're going to be good. We're going to be, and we're like, all right, we'll feed into it.
Right. And there's a balance, right, between building your team up and saying, like, dude, I think it was with I think it was Joel Klatt where he kind of alluded to the year 3. It's real. It's like, you don't need to say that, bro. You don't need to. Yeah. You're putting unnecessary expectations and pressure on not just yourself, but your team too. You're putting on, you know what? God damn it. You're putting unnecessary pressure on Keona Davis and on Williams-Winery. You're putting unnecessary pressure on them. They haven't played a lot, and they're undersized.
Yeah.
I think his judgment, I don't trust his judgment. And you watch the games, the in-game management is shit, and that's not going to get better. Like, I think it feels inevitable, and I hate feeling that way because, damn it, like he's been such a good steward for the program, but that you could do the podcast if you're winning. You can do the McAfee if you're winning. It's just any other time you're setting yourself up for failure and you make yourself look like a dumbass.
Do you think the podcast continues?
No.
God,
That shit's dead.
I think it's dead.
And that's the thing. It's all gimmicks, man.
And
gimmicks
that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Like gimmicks, to me, maybe some people disagree, but when you say gimmick, it is a negative connotation. So I feel like it's all gimmicks because he's trying to find an answer. He's trying to sell something. Used car salesman, I guess. I've never said that, but I guess maybe I will. He's trying to sell because he's insecure, and that's all he's got is the image. What's the image? Because once you get in a game, you're calling 3 timeouts with 10 seconds left. Oh, because we got to get our guys experience. Shut up. The game is over. Get it over with. You're losing.
And you're going to get somebody hurt. Right. You're literally going to get somebody hurt.
You got Dillon in versus Minnesota on the last snap.
Ridiculous.
Dude, I don't trust the judgment. And I just feel like it's inevitable. And I hate that feeling.
Tony, TIMR.
So,
did it go down after
after your rant?
After my whining?
I'm in the same kind of boat as you as far as like, I lost my mind when I found out that he was doing a podcast or like weekly, like a show.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, dude, you've done nothing to do this.
Yeah.
Like focus on beating Minnesota rather than doing your fucking podcast once a week. Like that's where your mind should be. And he's like, we're going to be good. We're going to do this. I love it here at Nebraska. I get you like it here. If he does, that's awesome. But the gimmick, I guess, is the best way to put it. Like it feels like he's forcing too much on the program without backing it up.
All hat, no cattle.
Yeah, exactly.
All backwards hat, no cattle.
Right. Yeah. I legit, like, I didn't think anybody else thought of it, but I saw the backwards hat. I'm like, the fuck you doing, man? Like it did. Like, I'm like, I don't really care how coaches dress. You've never worn a hat. Don't start by wearing a backwards hat in a bowl game, and then you get the shit beat out of you by a team whose entire coaching staff just left the week before, and like,
or they're about to.
Yeah, right.
Or about to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
4.5.
That's not bad.
Hey, you know what?
I want to believe in him, and I want to believe in the team.
Yeah.
But it's just he's making it really hard by. Like, I do love the fact that, like, you go out. I've ran into him at, like, 2 or 3 concerts, and, like, I've talked to him. He's a nice guy. Like, I hope he's focusing on the right stuff within the program rather than outside the program. Yeah, I guess is the best way to put it.
And the other thing, too, about the podcast is, like, yeah, I realize that a lot of those episodes were done probably during the summer and not during the season. Sure. You did it during the summer.
Could have been preparing.
You still did it during the summer. Yeah, but he did it after. I don't know. It's just the optics. The optics don't look good. No, they don't. Yeah.
There's some talk in the chat right now about like the situation that Matt Rule took over at Baylor and the things that he did at Penn State, and that's where I think well, no, he's just talking about like. I wonder what Matt Rule learned from his time as an assistant under Jerry Sandusky and Baylor after the scandal. Didn't really talk about Temple, but
can we not talk about Jerry Sandusky?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I was like,
what did he learn?
Ballsy to bring that in.
But I think to my point is like that's the problem that we're into right now is we just got done talking about expectations and we just got done talking about excitement and things that Matt Rule himself have talked about, which is year three. I did it at Temple. I did it at Baylor.
Right.
Like that's what you did. Now it's time to do. Like
Yeah.
you got your ass kicked in 4 games this year. That's not what you did at Baylor. That's not what you did at Temple. Like, I get you did good in year 3 at those stops, but this one didn't go great.
It's tougher
Yep.
here. It's tougher at Nebraska. It's tough. Your population base isn't very much, right? You gotta nationally recruit. You can't just throw a rock outside your backyard, right? And find a 5-star. It's harder. And we have high expectations here. I don't think they're that high. I think our
wins?
expectation is to play Iowa and look decent
Yeah.
and not look like a G5 school or a MAC team against Utah. I don't think the expectations are that high.
You guys could probably answer this for me, but why did they not? Did they recruit anybody out of like Millard South?
No. Well,
Yeah.
the Matt Rule's talked about that, and I don't blow that stuff out of proportion. Let me ask
Go
you
ahead.
this.
Yeah.
How many kids from Nebraska actually turn out to do anything? I can name 3: Harrison Phillips,
Oh yeah.
Xavier Watts, and Noah Fant.
Danny Woodhead.
Okay, give me Dan. I'll give you Danny Woodhead too.
Nobody recruited
But
Danny
nobody
Woodhead.
recruited Danny Woodhead.
Yeah,
So
sure.
like every
Right.
team is an idiot for that, right?
As far
But-
as like after football,
No, I'm just talking about like people make this big deal about getting kids from the state of Nebraska, right? Because they're from your state. I'm sorry, Jerry just alluded to it. We're a small population state. The talent here, although they're getting more recognition, they don't play anybody either. And now, if those kids that went to that were going to go to Iowa State now going to Penn State or whatever, if they turn out and they're really good, then maybe Matt Rule looks like a dummy. But he also did say these guys have to come to camp, and all those Millard South kids did not want to come to camp. That was his thing. If you want to be recruited by Nebraska, come to our camps. We throw multiple a year. Come to camp. We'll evaluate you. We'll offer you a scholarship, do all that stuff. All the Millard South kids did not come to camp.
but what happened to recruiting? Like that's I legit don't know about any of that. So that's why I asked.
Yeah.
But like what happened to going out and finding kids?
Well, he is, but he's doing that on a national level.
But that's
instead of
I
in
get
this
that.
state,
But
yeah.
like there's kids 50 miles away. Like there should 20 years ago, 25 years ago, that quarterback would have been at Nebraska, but instead he's going to Alabama.
But it's a different like
I know
105-man roster limits.
Right.
Those really.
But all Matt Rule talks about is we're Nebraska. I love Nebraska. We're, a football state and blah, 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 and this and that. But then he doesn't go out and reach out to those kids when that, and I get it's a whole different recruiting game nowadays with NIL and all that crap. But if you want to get Nebraska back to where it was and you want kids to be proud to be from Nebraska and play at Nebraska, then you have to start by bringing in those good kids, I guess is the best way to put it.
Here's where I'm at. Okay. When Nebraska was recruited, how much minutes?
Yeah, we've got. I'd say we got like 5 minutes.
Okay. When Tom Osborne was here, he had a set kind of offense. He had an identity. And that identity trickled down to all the high schools in the state, right? You would have high school coaches that did the type of offense that Tom Osborne would want. So Tom Osborne could walk into the local, fucking Chadron, right? Fucking Chadron. And they run the exact same offense you do. And you can kind of evaluate, okay, that guy's going to work. That guy's not. And just over the course of time, over the course of 20 plus years, the identity has become less run oriented. It's become, let's try to bring up these quarterbacks and these wide receivers, athletic skill guys. And I think it doesn't translate in this state. Right. So I don't know. I feel like it's been a trickle down effect where the type of style that high school sports in Nebraska play doesn't translate. Because we're trying to make these kids in Miami speed, and it's like, well, no, you're not.
They're not Miami speed.
And so when you have Nebraska recruit in state, it's not the big hog mollies. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass.
Okay,
here.
so what I want to say is the first year Ed Foley stopped by every high school in the state. Every single high school in the state was traveling all over the place, talking about how good he was eating on these small town diners and stuff. And what I want to know and what I want to bring to the attention of the room is that none of the guys that committed to Ed Foley in Nebraska in that first year are still on the roster.
Right. Because they're not good enough.
None of them are
not
here.
good enough.
And listen, Carter Nelson was recruited by every SEC power in the country.
Yes.
Yep.
Where was he in the last 2 years? Where has he been?
So I think what you have is you're combining that maybe Nebraska players aren't good enough, combined with a coaching staff that isn't up to par either. And I think the coaching staff might be holding some of the talent back because they can't develop, right? And that's been the rule thing is I'm a developmental program. Yeah. Well, if you hire coaches that aren't good at developing, that's why they don't pan out. Like you said, name one significant contributor from that first recruiting class. It's like, well, maybe the players aren't good. I mean, I think you're probably in the top 20 in the recruiting rankings, probably. Maybe your staff just isn't good enough to develop them.
And maybe just in this era, people just don't stick around. You're filling roster spots with guys that probably do need to develop for 4 years.
Yeah.
So maybe these kids in state, maybe they are good enough, but they just have to stick around for 4 years.
And they don't want to.
And they don't want to.
Putting your money on somebody as a true freshman to stick until they're a senior is, I mean, you're going to lose a lot of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. Sure. So you have to take the biggest, best guys right out of the gate, and they have to be able to play right out of the gate. Like, that's just the world that we're in. That's just the world that college football is in. You don't have time to sit here and keep investing in a kid for 4 or 5 years, hoping that he pans out his senior year, because the odds are he's just going to leave on his own anyway.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know. The in-state recruiting thing, maybe this is a topic we can cover with JP next week, because maybe he'll have just some information on it along with some Nebrasketball. That's a quick plug. That's who's coming on next week. It's a big conversation.
I think another reason why my TIMR rating isn't that high is I think we can look back at Carolina and we can be like, well, college football is becoming more NFL-like.
Fair.
And so before we would say Carolina, we don't even count that into the discussion because NFL and college are completely different, right? We can't hold Carolina against him. We're getting into an era where the NFL is becoming more like college. And so you look back at Carolina and you're like, well, we didn't hold it against you before. And we shouldn't have. But now that the game is moving towards NFL light, it's like, well, maybe there's something there.
Last week, Dana Holgerson brought up in his press conference that he doesn't have much say in the quarterback situation.
That's insane.
Because it's all agents and it's all, you've got your, your recruiting department. I forget the guy's name, but he's
Pat Stewart.
Pat Stewart is who I'm talking about. And so, Dana just talked about it. He's like, there's a lot that goes into it now. You got agents and you've got Pat Stewart and just like the NFL.
Well, and Dana said 2 weeks ago that he wanted to get the best quarterback in the portal. So,
Kenny Minchie?
Maybe he is.
He's like in the top 10,
Maybe he is.
Maybe.
So,
got to roll with it.
All right, it's time to close up.
Hold on. Before we do that.
Yeah, Signovation, baby.
Yeah, Connor.
Hit him with the Signovation, baby.
Do your job really quick. Here you go.
Who does it better, Kyle?
We'll find
Come
out.
on, I'm putting you on the spot. Who does it better, Connor? Mike.
Well, let's hear it.
Wait, did Mike read it?
I had to do it while you were gone.
In his Barry White voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, it's Signovation Omaha. That's these guys right behind me. Your image is their business. From eye-catching indoor and outdoor signs to clear professional wayfinding solutions, they're going to help you find a way to make your brand stand out where it matters the most. Transform your walls with stunning wraps, again, like the stuff behind us right now. Turn vehicles into rolling billboards with custom decals and add privacy or style with vinyl window graphics. When you partner with Signovation Omaha, you're not just going to get signage, you're adding curb appeal and creating a lasting first impression for your customers. Shout out Signovation.
Hey, look at that. That was good. That's good stuff.
So like Mike's better.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mike's is a little better.
I believe that. I'm rusty. I haven't been here in a while.
That's true. That's true.
Adam Halperin with another
Yes.
1999
King.
Shout
What a
out.
guy.
Appreciate you, guy.
Love you,
He
Adam.
says Trev knows that Rule was probably not up to the task, and so he got out of town. I bet there's a ton of stuff that goes into Trev Alberts.
Oh, my.
But GBR Captain says, great show, you guys. When we roll in next time, it'll be next Monday.
Next Monday,
Yeah,
the 12th.
Not tomorrow. Yeah.
Right? The 12th? No.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's 12.
Yeah. So, next Monday, the 12th. We will have JP. He is the PA announcer for Nebraska basketball.
And he does our intro. If you know our intro,
if you know our intro, he is the voice of our intro.
From
And
Kicks
he's
96?
and
Oh,
he's
yeah, I
also
love
on 96.9.
JP.
Yeah,
He's
JP
awesome.
Coriel and Huskernick.
Yes.
Yeah, JP is he's a regular on our show, and I texted him the other day. I was just like, "Hey, when you coming on again?" And he's like,
Tomorrow.
"He said I would come on every week if you'd let me. Let me know when."
Yeah.
Tell him I said hello.
I will.
Yeah.
I definitely will.
He's a good dude.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Okay. NBNR podcast on every single social media site that you use. NBNR podcast. Go follow us. 5-star review. All that stuff. No 1-star reviews. Because, we're better than that. So 5 stars only. I'm one of your hosts, Jared Hall.
Tony Traynor, the Traynor band.
Mike Delaware.
Connor Cavalack.
Kyle Byers.
We usually have the guests go last.
I know. I
I
don't
know,
know
that was
what, I don't know
weird.
what Mike was
I
doing.
just figured he's already on camera. My bad. Like,
That's okay.
my,
You know what? It's okay.
my bad.
As always. Beat Ohio State, Nebrasketball. Top 10, my God. And GBR.